Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be providing an update on the cold frames. Okay, so here we have the first cold frame. Really, actually, this is the only one that I really had tried to overwinter. I did have the other cold frame too. All of these cilantro and that one had died. I think I transplanted it too late, so I'm optimistic that if I transplant it later, or better yet, direct seeded it earlier on in the season in the cold frame, then it would have had a much more of a fighting chance. And then, of course, I had the two rutabaga plants in the in that cold frame as well. Those are both doing well. But this one, I want to just focus in on this cold frame. I have a bunch of parsley in here that I, of course, transplanted back in October, I think, or maybe even November. I think it was October, and these plants are turning green, and I've already had a couple of harvests off of them this spring. Used them in soups and salads, and really beautiful flavor. Definitely beats what you get in the store by a long shot. I have 4 kale plants that successfully overwintered as well. Those are pumping out some new growth. You can see I've got 2 kale plants back in the corner here, and then I have two kale plants here as well. Right, that one, I think that's like dinosaur kale or something like that, and then that one is, of course, the red Russian. And the other 2 that were back there were also red Russian as well. So I may only save one variety for pollination. It depends, but I don't want to be crossing varieties. At this point, I really like the varieties as they are. I don't want to be messing with the genetics at this point. Kind of wondering between which one would be better. Do I want to save the seed of the dinosaur kale or the red Russian kale? Or if I can finagle it and get seeds of both, maybe if I, cover the one with a, with a bag or something one day while the other one flowers and pollinates, and then switch it up, vice versa for the next day. I don't know, but we'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, I've had to make sure that I've been, after this winter has passed, to make sure that I am definitely opening up the door to the cold frame. Otherwise, these plants will absolutely cook and then die. So I've been making sure to prop them up and open them each day, and then I've been watering them each day as well. They keep the soil moist so the plants are happy. And then I also transplanted in some kale seedlings earlier this spring, back in I think late March, and those have been doing quite well. You can see one of the kale seedlings right here, red Russian variety, of course. And then the other week I also planted in some Cilantro beets, and so we'll have to see how those do. Some of them are actually already starting to come up, I think. All of the kale seedlings that I planted back in October did not make it, except for one. And that was putting out some new growth this spring as well. It had survived the winter, and then it suddenly disappeared. So I think I may have some voles in here. They have been chopping away at some of the kale seedlings that I have planted this spring as well. Of course, completely avoiding the parsley. So the parsley does seem to be successful in repelling the voles from itself, but not from the plants around it. In one of the videos, it was also mentioned that, this idea of creating a 2-piece cold frame, which I think is fantastic. That way, in the summer and the warmer months, you can just permanently remove the lid, but yet you still have this box and you can plant in it, and but you don't have to open up the lid each and every day. Unfortunately, we did not make these with that in mind. These are more of a 1-piece cold frame. Of course, you could go crazy with a drill or a screwdriver and turn it into a 20 or 30-piece cold frame, but it's definitely not practical with the way it's been set up. With these door hinges and then the wood, it's had to be set up in such a way so that it fits, so the dimensions fit and there's no overlap or sides of boards that are jutting out unevenly. So I definitely recommend looking into the 2-piece cold frame idea, because these, I don't know what I'm going to do in the summer. Yeah, you can kind of see even some of the wood has begun to kind of warp that we've used to help attach the hinges, particularly on that second one further down. But anyway, that's it for this video. Take care, and I will catch you next time.